Hello, welcome to Đồng Nai Radio and Television Station. Here come the latest updates. According to the preliminary statistic of the January Department of Customs, in the first period or the first 15 days of July, the total export and import value of Vietnam reached more than 21 billion USD, up 3.9% compared to the second half of last June. Accumulated to the end of July 15th, Vietnam total import and export turnover reached over 261 billion USD. Regarding exports, in the first period of July, Vietnam achieved an export value of nearly 11 billion USD, down 10.4% compared to the previous period. Accumulated to the end of July 15th, Vietnam's export value reached 133.68 billion USD. Similar to the previous months, the export strengths lie in a number of commodities such as phones and components, computers, electronic products and components, and textiles. When it comes to import, Vietnam's import turnover in the first period of July reached 10.47 billion USD, up 0.2%. Because the pandemic in the country was soon controlled and the policies to restore the economy were promptly implemented, after more than 1 month of distancing to prevent COVID-19, the operation of enterprises in Đồng Nai has basically been restored. The COVID-19 pandemic has greatly affected the apparel, leather, electronics, and furniture industries, the major export items to the European and American markets. In Đồng Nai, over 200 enterprises have to reduce scale or even stop production, leaving thousands of workers affected. The province's export turnover in the first 6 months decreased by 4.6% over the same period. Fortunately, the pandemic was soon under control. After 1 month of distancing to prevent the pandemic, enterprises operation, including construction enterprises, has basically been restored. As a result, the value of industry construction in the province in the first 6 months reached nearly 62,200 billion Vietnam dong, up 8.7% over the same period. To offset the decline of export markets, in the spirit of the government's direction, businesses in the province have focused on exploiting the domestic market, besides speeding up the construction progress as well as disbursed public investment. This is also identified by the province as one of the important solutions to maintain economic growth. Along with speeding up the construction of resettlement areas, Đồng Nai province is also focusing on dispersing over 18,000 billion Vietnam dong for the investment capital to build Long Thanh International Airport. This is one of the important resources for the province to commit not to address the growth target this year. German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas recently said that Berlin rejected the US President Donald Trump's proposal to invite Russia to rejoin the group of developed economies G7. According to the Foreign Minister Maas, he did not see a chance for Russia to return to the G7 as long as there were no significant progress in resolving the conflict in Crimea as well as in eastern Ukraine. However, the German Foreign Minister affirmed that although Crimea's relation with Russia is still difficult in many areas, it must be acknowledged that the world needs Russia to resolve conflicts like in Syria, Libya, and Ukraine. Berlin is now playing a mediating role in the conflict in Libya as well as in Ukraine. Last month, the US President Donald Trump proposed to once again expand G7 to Russia, which was excluded from the group after its merger with the Crimea Peninsula in 2014. However, the UK and Canada objected to the proposal. Currently, Russia is a member of the group of 20 G7. The UN on July 26th said that more than 60 people were killed and 60 injured in the latest massacre carried out by armed men in a village in the western state of Darfur, Sudan. This is the latest in a series of incidents that have occurred over the past week that have led to the burning of villages and homes as well as damage to markets and shops in West Darfur State, emphasized the Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs in Khartoum. On the same day, Transitional Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok said he would deploy security forces to the unstable region of Darfur to protect the people and crop. A joint security force, including the military and police, will be deployed in the 5 states of Darfur. That's the end of the news for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.